Hello guys and welcome to the Crypto Nutrition YouTube channel, bringing you digestible crypto nutrition. Today guys, we're going to be looking at OVR, or over the reality. These guys have built themselves from the emerging and exciting augmented reality technology. We've got a product demo in this one guys, and much more, so you're going to want to stick around for this one. As always, huge shout out and thank you to our subscribers, fully on the way to 2K now, and you're going to want to stay tuned guys. I'm going to be doing some giveaways for our first 5,000 subscribers, so if you are new here, do hit that subscribe button, do hit that like button, follow us on Twitter at Crypto Nutrition, and join us on the Discord server for some discussions. But without further ado guys, it's over to you desktop. So firstly guys, I know what you're thinking, where am I? So I've had to have a change of scenery today guys. I've got some people doing some work in my back garden this afternoon. So there was loads of noise in the background when I was in my office. So I welcome you to my bedroom, which is kind of weird, but here we are. Of course, the show must go on. And we do have today guys, black coffee, no milk, no sugar, black coffee, no milk, no sugar, green tea in a dad mug, but I'm not a dad. And of course we have a crypto nutrition smoothie. But guys, OVR. And we start today, guys, on the white paper because I've been trying to hit up the website. And in all honesty, I was on the website before. I actually recorded this whole video once before, but I didn't hit record. So it was like 50 minutes gone. But again, guys, you have days like this. The show must go on. Keep smiling. Let's push through it. But over the reality, the decentralized world-scale spatial web platform. So guys, with OVR, anyone with a mobile device or smart glasses to interact with augmented reality experiences customized in the real world. It's the first content browser where the user does not choose the contents, but the world submits the possible experiences based on its geographical position. So they're tapping into this augmented reality market. But what does this actually look like? So according to a forecast published by the IDC, the consumer industry will expand its position as the largest spender in AR and VR, closely followed by retail. So this is also supported by the fact that the smartphone market has headed in such a direction that all devices produced since 2018 can support augmented reality. So we have this fairly untapped new consumer and retail market and enabler, kind of just waiting to be explored. According to this report, the augmented reality market will reach 11 billion in 2020 and expected to reach 137 billion at the end of 2024. So a 13x in 4 years for the industry as a whole, which is incredible. And this is the important bit, guys. So they're seeing augmented reality as not only a piece of technology, but as a communication channel. And we'll explore some of these communication channels in a moment. So OVR aims to provide a single free augmented reality tool that allows you to live 3D quality experience contextualized in the surrounding environment. So using your phone to walk around in real locations and explore all kinds of digital experiences. So they talk about some of the needs and solutions of the various people that will be plugged into this, which we'll breeze over in the interest of time. And just to give us a digestible overview to understand exactly what kind of things they're looking at here and what direction they're heading in. So they talk about the end user here, guys. So it's going to be their new 3D browser in the world, multiplayer engagement experiences, new medium to explore open knowledge, digital asset investors. So a new kind of NFT, guys, with these overlands, which we'll go into shortly. But they're essentially the space in which any person can own and build their augmented reality experience from. So they can create passive income from these assets. Digital media agencies, giving them new communication channels, ways of catching the customer's attention, and can operate at world scale using augmented reality. Advertisers, very similar, new communication channel, 3D digital artists, so essentially enabling a new way for developers and builders, as they call them, to monetize from augmented reality experiences. They can also receive requests as a new way to find business. And finally, and potentially one of the coolest things here, guys, offline shops. So you could be walking around a high street and the shop's closed, but using the OVR app, the shop could have set up a virtual assistant, for example, or provide interactive gamification, which will essentially help them create new business when they're not even there. So it can provide trade proposals and increase the number of customers with new initiatives. So cool. But how does this all work, guys? Well, OVR have created a virtual layer. So that's 1.6 trillion hexagons all over the world. So these hexagons are the OVR lands. Each one is represented by a unique name. Each one is an NFT written on the Ethereum blockchain and is essentially a spatial web domain. So thanks to GPS and computer vision, OVR will deliver you AR experiences contextualized to your geographic position. The OVR landowners will have the power to decide which content you will be shown on their geographical location. So you could be walking down the street, you'd open your app up, and as you're walking, you're entering entirely new worlds that people have built, but not just in a virtual sense, also in the physical sense, because you're walking around. I'm minded of things like Pokemon Go, which is kind of fusing the digital world with reality. And no one's done it in this kind of way. I'm minded of Decentraland. These guys, way more virtual, cool virtual worlds, and they've done really well in the marketplace recently. I'm also minded of Sandbox. We covered these guys on the channel, so if you haven't seen that video, do check it out. Big backer of the Sandbox, who essentially, in a very similar way, you buy up lands and you build your own gaming experiences on these lands. I'm also minded of Ecomi. We've also covered these guys on the channel, guys. They have virtual showrooms, so a place to display your NFTs. You walk around using your phone, and it's a way to display your collection. But obviously what's different here, guys, is that this is, again, in the real world, real places. If I wanted to buy a piece of this world, I can do so. Any land that's not yet active, anyone can click on and start an auction. If no one else bids within 24 hours, that land's yours. The price is never dropped below $10. And you can see here, guys, price is just 3.45 OVR. And I can start bidding today. And this is around $10, $12, something like that. Really cool. So they have the two assets here, guys. One is, of course, the OVR land, and the other, of course, is the OVR token. So very straightforward. You buy OVR land using the OVR token, and obviously any other kinds of exchanges on the platform, you're using the OVR token. And there are many rewards. You can stake your OVR for up to 15% APR. Again, a number of rewards to be claimed here. Really cool. It's a nice experience using these tools. It's all in the same place. It's all on the website. I don't have to download anything. I can connect to my wallet, plug in, and play now. You love to see it. So just before we dive into the demo, guys, which I know you're all looking forward to seeing, there are a couple of bits I want to round off just so we have a full understanding of this product before we start using it, so it really contextualizes it for you. So here we're looking at the OVR ecosystem, and we did touch upon some of these things earlier, but I think this is a really clear way to see who is plugged into this and what kind of sets this product apart from others. So of course we have the OVR owner. This person uses the OVR token to buy the digital lands and essentially set up an AR experience. They are then interacting with the OVR creator. So these are the developers that are going to build these digital experiences on lands. We have the OVR miner. So these are the enablers of the ecosystem itself. They activate OVR nodes. The end user, so this might be you or I, who's just using the app and going to have fun and experience this crossover augmented reality world. The OVR advertiser, so they'll use the token to publish sponsored AR elements on digital lands. So a whole new revenue stream for people like overland owners or the OVR builders. And then OVR stakers, so these are people that are staking the token and have voting rights in the ecosystem to constantly be improving it. And guys, this white paper is really cool. They show here how all those various people interact with each other across the ecosystem. And I highly recommend you go and check this one out, guys, as what we're looking at here is a real standalone project that could potentially be a huge part of the future of augmented reality. And the last two things I wanted to briefly touch upon before we get into that demo are OVR Live Events and OVR Treasure Hunt. So OVR Live Events, guys, a new way to party. Your favorite artist in your house. You customize 3D avatars that enter into rooms and spaces and experience things together. They're like real events. You must buy a ticket and then you can take photos and share things on social media, etc. Let's make something extraordinary happen. What about a DJ set in the Sistine Chapel? We are going to look at this one, guys, on the app in just a moment, but a very cool idea. And it's worth mentioning, guys, I've definitely been a resistor in looking into some of these things. It's only been in the last couple of months since, the explosion of NFTs and this kind of augmented reality stuff has come about. But, I'm quite old school. I didn't really see the utility in it, but, I've definitely changed my mindset towards it, to really try and find the utility in this stuff and understand that, this is the way the world's going. I can resist as much as I want, or I can take part in actually actively trying to understand it. But I think I'll be doing myself and everyone else a disservice if I wasn't at least trying to understand it. And obviously on the channel, trying to help everyone else understand it. So yeah, this is the way things are going, guys. Let's get involved and try and understand it. And finally, this OVR treasure hunt. So this is just a cool gamification way to get people onto the app, using the app, earning OVR tokens, discovered OVR treasures. And yeah, without further ado, guys, let's interact with this thing. Let's do it. So here we go, guys. I did record this earlier, so I'm going to commentate over the top, but welcome to my house. And here we go. I'm in the app. I've opened it up. I've seen a sign here, which is like a little digital asset. Obviously, it's quite early, so there's not much going on here. Really cool. Diving straight into the treasure hunt. So I popped it open, and it sort of showed me that there was treasure 30 meters away or something from my house. So this is me going out in my slippers, having a little look, when suddenly, pow, out of nowhere, treasure chest comes out. Open that guy up, ding, there's my treasure. So I earned 1 OVR token. So cool. Hopefully this gives you a bit of an idea as to what that looks like in terms of augmented reality if you've never used it. And these are the live events, guys. So look, you can choose a character essentially, and then you take a picture of yourself. Charming picture, Nick. Stick that on, look at that. Go on, me. Get it on my avatar, there I am. So that is what people will see when you jump into rooms. So I found a room, I just joined a random room that I found. And it turned out to be, wait for it. Yeah, it put me straight on the DJ, but I'm in some like temple with a DJ, and you can't hear the music, guys, but it was like pumping music, and then, yeah, walking around. And, you know, you can imagine there'll be other people in here. You know, these ideas, guys, have been around for years and years and years in terms of avatars, but they're really just starting to come around now in really adoptable ways. And look at this, look. So cool, guys, so cool. So there we go, guys. Hopefully that gives you more of an understanding as to this OVR virtual layer. You know, in my living room, we saw there was a little post, and obviously if I buy this land up, I can build whatever I want on my little land. We had a go at a treasure hunt, so we went and found some treasure and earned an OVR token. And we went to a live event, guys. We went to see a DJ in some temple using my avatar. And guys, that's just the tip of the iceberg. You know, you can imagine the kind of things that you can build out here. You know, if you're in a high street, for example, you know, we touched upon like the retail sector, but what about like tourist attractions and points of interest? You know, the kind of people that will be buying up these lands and creating experiences, I'd imagine will have a lot at their disposal in order to do so. So the kind of experiences here are really endless, because as we see with blockchain and decentralization, the power is put back to the people and given them the freedom to create. And this project has so many things woven into it that you can only even start to imagine the types of things that people will start building across the entire world. Incredibly exciting. Not to mention things like education, retail, and interaction with other new people. So let's have a look at their team here, guys. And honestly, you don't see the amount of people they've listed on their team page on every project. You know, they've clearly got good experience across the board here, guys, and you can explore each and every one of them. It's very open, it's very honest. And looking at their co-founders, so firstly, Davide Cutini, hope I got that right for you, mate. This guy's a serial entrepreneur, a CEO working across the board on mobile applications and technology. Really intelligent guy. Then we have Diego Di Tommaso, hope I got that right for you, mate. The other co-founder, senior advisor at PwC, co-founder, non-executive partner at Ant Capital. You know, experience in finance and co-founding and retail, and is an advisor for people. Like, this is the stuff you want to see, guys. And this team look really, really good in my opinion. We don't have to rely on looking at the team to understand that they're good guys, because we've used the app. There's a product and it's working. And guys, if we turn to the Twitter page, we've got in the habit now, guys, of whispering when we're early. 4,800. Guys, this is incredible. There's so much more legs here for these guys. They're only just getting started. Here they show how they build the avatar's movement using green screen and motion tracking. Really cool. They have over 100,000 lands sold. #1 trending on CoinGecko recently. So guys, you know, they're super engaged here. They've got really, really interesting stuff that they're sharing all the time. I recommend you go check it out. Give them a follow. Hit those bell notifications. And guys, if you haven't already, also do follow Crypto Nutrition on Twitter, and you can interact with us on there. We're posting all the time. And if we look at the price, guys, at the moment, $2.84, and sitting at just a $74 million market cap at rank 374. You know, they're not even in the top 200, 300 yet. And we've seen what happened to Decentraland or Mana, sitting at 1.1 billion market cap at rank 78, and they're not too dissimilar. If we look to the chart, guys, of course we've seen some heavy movement to the upside recently, but when you think about it, guys, you know, they consolidated around this period throughout March, and the step up they've made, it's only like a 3x. And guys, you have to know, I'm not investing in this project, and obviously the more I talk about it, the more I'm like, I need to invest in this. And obviously if you like a project for the long term, I don't think there really is a terrible time to invest. But if you want to discuss this, guys, jump onto the Discord server. We're discussing this kind of thing all the time, so maybe we can even enter a trade together. So guys, that was my quick overview on OVR, or Over the Reality. As we've seen, guys, they have an incredible niche here and a working product in an industry that hasn't even got started yet. As time goes on, augmented reality is only going to get bigger and better. And it looks like not only are they one of the first blockchain movers, but one of the first movers in general in this space in terms of bridging that gap between the digital/virtual world and the real world in almost a Pokemon Go style fashion. Not only that, but they're enabling a new market of developers and creators to build these experiences. They're enabling new investors in unique type of NFT, which is the land itself, these trillions of hexagons anyone can interact with and that the owner can monetize from. They're enabling the world of retail and consumers to purchase and interact with people, products and companies in entirely new ways here, guys, even when they're closed. And this is a new way for advertisers and marketers to relay brand messaging in an entirely new type of way through augmented reality anywhere in the world to any person. So much is stacking up here for these guys. And again, it looks like they're just getting started. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you like the video, please do hit that subscription button. Again, we're going to be doing some giveaways up to the 5K mark. Hit that like button on this video. Follow us on Twitter, get us on the Discord server, and together let's drive this space and community forward. But thanks so much again for joining, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.